Hello, you're welcome to my page where we simplify the practice of quantity surveying. Uh, if this is your first time of watching my video, or you have been following me for some time and you are yet to hit the subscription button, please do as you're watching this video right now, because this is the only way you can appreciate our little effort, our contribution to the development of the conserving profession and engineering at large. Uh, Also, it is another way of getting feedbacks from our viewers that we are being appreciated in our little effort towards the growth of the conserving profession. Having said that, one of my viewers did ask that I should do a video on how to prepare valuation, monthly valuation on site. Whether you are a client's rep or you are a contractor rep, this exercise is one of your responsibility as a project QS. So either way, you must prepare this document. And our rule book has set out a procedure by which this process should be approached. One of which is a day will be chosen by which is convenient by both party. A date and time will be chosen by both party that is convenient for them, and the both of them will visit the site at the end of the month, where they will assess the progress of job that is done within that month. Then, after which they will come back and compute this assessment they've gotten from site. Then meet each other for reconciliation to ensure that the both of them are in agreement with the value, the quantities that have been gotten from site. Then before the uh, contractor quantity surveyor will now present an interim request for payment, which in turn the client's rep will now assess it and give his approvals for payment. Give his approval for payment, then payment will be made. And the only difference from everyone's approach is the presentation, but the substance are always the same. The end result must always be the same, but approaches can differ. That is to say, the template that you prepare might be different from my own template, but the end result, what will be the final figure that will be paid, must certainly be the same. So I did prepare a template, which I'll take us through this template. Then we'll now go to the bill and now advance progress, then see how it works. I have my uh, I have my template. I have my template in this manner. Uh, I have my template in this manner, where I have the description that shows, okay, the bill, which is bill 1, bill 2. I have a section for the main contract. I have another section for variation, because if you are handling, say, a big project, definitely there will be changes that will occur on site that either affect the project positively or negatively. That is to say, either increase the contract value or reduce the contract value. So you have a section for for the variation. Then you now have the gross value, which is the cost, the value of the main contract, and valuation gives you what the new value will be. Then, of course, you have another section where advance payment is given and amortized. Then the total for the advance payment and the amortization. Then the total before tax, which is the total of the main contract variation, and the amortization gives you this. Then you have your taxes, which is against the total progress of work done, total progress of work done. Then you have your cumulative figure from the work done. Then on this row you have your previous, which of course, when you are preparing the next valuation, the present cumulative will now become the previous. Why? Once you advance and you have more value in the present cumulative, automatically the amount due will automatically appear. So, but in this case, I created in the bill of quantity, I created the two figures, where the two figures will always show on my bill and at the same time reflect on the top sheet. Then this will now minus the present cumulative minus the previous will now give you what you are entitled to for the end of the month. Of course, you as the contractor, you are presenting your request for payment. You should be expected that, because if the contract has stipulated that a particular percentage will be retained as a retention, you should know that when the client is now issuing you a certificate for payment, the figure you presented, if your quantities are the same, your amount will be less, say 5%, which is the usual standard for retention. Your figure will be that figure less 5% of it will be the money that you are due for payment, because you have already deducted your deducted your reimbursement from the total work done. If your contract stipulate that the same amount for every job you do, if a 15% was given to you, and the contract stipulate that the 15% will be taken from every work you do till the total amount of retention of advance payment is recovered. That is what will be applied for every violation that you present. You'll be taking off 15% from every progress you have made. Also, for say the preliminary item, the best way to approach preliminary so as not to for you to protect your client is to pay the contractor the percentage of the value of work done in relation to the total contract value. Because if you want to go by, say, where you said initial, you want to now split the contract, you want to split if the contract is, say, 10 months, and you now splitted all the preliminary figure into 10 months, and every month you are giving him a portion of every month you are giving him a portion. if you do that, the challenge there is the contractor might not be achieving the progress that he has either proposed in his program of work that will warrant you to have paid him that figure that you are splitted into the number of months that the the contract is to last. So if you do that, that means that you are overpaying him. But if it is based on the percentage of work done in relation to the contract value, which means you are not shortchanging him and you are not putting your client at risk. So having said that, well, let's go to the bill now, and now see what I do. This is the bill of quantity. This is the final. This is the contract value. Then I came to this place. I created uh, a column where I have my cumulative quantity for the month. Then I now multiply whatever quantity I'll put there by the contract rate to give me the say at the end of a month, month one, I have done out of 5,000, I have done 2,000 square meter. Out of this, I have done a 1,000 square meter. Out of this, I have done a 1,000 square meter. Out of this, I have done a 500 square meter, 500 cubic meter. Out of this, I have done a 1,000 cubic meter. Out of this also, I have done a 1,000 cubic meter. Then out of this, I have done say 500 cubic meter. Out of this, I have done say 10 cubic meter. Out of treatment, I have done say 2,000 square meter. Out of 200 cubic meter for concrete, I have done say 100 cubic meter. Out of this, I have done a 50 cubic meter. Out of this, I have done a 200 cubic meter. So let's assume this is my progress for the month. So meaning that I have done a job of 63 million. So you see at my top sheet now, you have 63 million as my present cumulative. Because this is my first valuation, there is no previous. Then let's say for month one, I have an architect instruction to execute a job, a variation on the project of 2,340,000. Then this is the quantity that I am expected to execute. I have done say 500 out of it. I've done 500 out of it. So now I have my variation. I have done 1.7 million in addition to this. So my total work done is 64 million. But because my advance was predicated on the main contract, which means I have done just 15%. I've done just 15%. I have done just 19% of the work done. So I'll copy this 19%, take to my preliminaries. Sorry. I'll place it here, then I'll drag it down. So I have done 19% of the job, and I have applied 19% on all the preliminary items, meaning out of the 94 97 million, I have done 18 million. Automatically, the 18 million comes to my preliminary item. So my total work done for the main contract is 81, including prelims, while the variation is 1.1,170,000. So my total gross valuation is 83 million. So 83 million, I am reimbursing 15% for every valuation that I do. So I multiply the total work done, because I was giving 15% of 425, which amounts to 63,777,000. So now I have done, I have taken 15% out of it, which is I've reimbursed 12 million for the value, for the 63 million that I have taken. So if I negate the 3 million from 83 million, I'll be left with 70 million. So 70 million, then I apply my VAT, which is 4 million. That is 7.5% of 7.5%. It gives me 4 million. 4 million plus 70 million. This is the figure that is due to me from my own end. But as soon as I submit this as entering, which is, of course, as you can see, as soon as I submit this as entering, if our quantities is the same, so our quantity is the same, so this figure is due to me minus 5% retention. So also, as soon as I'm done with this, I am paid. When we're going for the next valuation, which is valuation 2, I'm going to copy the whole of this cumulative figure that I have done. Now place it on the previous. Place it on the previous, which now will now give me 0 here. Then I copy this one from the prelim, place here, and now have 0. Then copy the work I've done on the variation. So I now have, then I copy this one. This now becomes previous. This was the first amount that I requested and I was paid. So now on the column where the monies I am due to, I have 0 all through. Then the VAT, of course, the VAT, of course, 7.5, 7.5, half 0. So now I am now going, after the next month, now we'll still go to the site again, value what has been done, cumulatively what has been done. Then we now compute it in the same manner we did before, reconcile the quantities. Then now I'll now go back again. Now I have done, say in the next valuation, now I have done 3,000 from the 5,000. Here I have done 1,500 from the 2005. Here I have done 2,000 from the 3,000. Then here I have done 1,000 from the 1,500. Here I have done 1,500 from the 2,000. Here I have done 1,500 from the 2,000. Then here I have done 1,000. Here I have done 100. Here I have done 3,000. Here I have done, say, let's assume this place I did not make any progress. Here I didn't make progress. Here I made additional progress of say I'm now 500 after computation. Here now I made 40 progress. Here I make say 10. Then form work I did 2000. I did 1000. Here I did say 100. Then reinforcement I did reinforcement I do 20 ton. Here I did 5 ton. Here I did 1 ton. The mesh wire here I did say 500. Then for the variation I completed the job. I've completed the job. I was having a 500. Okay, let's even assume. Okay, I've copied directly, but normally I was supposed to put a 500 here because I did 500, so that I can link. My previous to the same previous here. So now I've completed 100% of marketed the instruction one. So the remaining balance have been paid. For the main contract now I am 42%. So I copy my 42%. So I copy my 42%. I take it to my preliminaries. I paste it. I drag it down. I have 38 million. The total cumulative for prelims is 38 million. That is the 38 million. This was the previous 18 million that was paid in the first valuation. So I have 19 million to claim for this valuation. I have 73 million on the main works to clean. So I have done a job of 94. Of course, since this is already linked to this, automatically to calculate 15% of it because I have put the previous behind. So I am now having negative 13 from every work that I have done. So as I progress, this value of advance will gradually be reducing till I amortize all of the value, the value completely. So as you can see, let me unlock this place and freeze. As you can see at the top here, the month of valuation will be maybe say if it is April 30th. What certificate is this? Certificate number 2, interim certificate number 2. Then all of this will be project reference, employer, who is your client, the contractor, commencement dates, completion dates. We have all of these parameters, who is the project manager, project QS. This is always this is always aggregating the total contract figure so that in a glance you can see what the new contract sum is. The variation plus the new the initial contract will give you this figure, which is the same figure you're seeing here. So this is just the simple way of approaching your valuation from the contractor side. Like I did said, if your quantities are the same with that of if you guys have reconciled your quantities between the client's rep and yourself, your figures shouldn't be different. The outcome should be the same. The only difference between your figure and his figure is retention that is going to keep as stipulated by the contract. As you can see, like I had to number each of this subtotal for you to know how I computed it. This is subtotal A, subtotal B. Then subtotal C is equals to A plus B. That is, this figure plus this figure gives me this. Then this subtotal D, this subtotal D is the advance payment. Then reimbursement of advance payment is E equals to C times 15. C times minus 15, which is this figure minus 15. Sorry, so it is A, so it is A minus 15. A minus 15, because your variation was not part of the figure that was computed for you to get your advance payment. Your advance payment was computed from this value. This variation was not in existence as at when your advance was given to you. So it can't be this figure, cannot be this figure. So I have corrected that. So it is now A times minus 15%. Then F equals to D plus E, which is D plus E, this and this. Y G equals to C plus F, H equals to C plus 7%, then I equals to G plus D. So with this illustration here, you can easily trace where the formulas that got you these figures is coming from. So if this has been able to throw more light to your approach to how to prepare valuation, please share, like, and at the same time subscribe. Most importantly, subscribe to encourage us to continue to do more. Thank you. See you next.